It's the Athlete of the Week here on Mid-Minnesota Sports, and it's presented by Diamond Point and Sauk Center. And with us right now is Ryan Preusser, and he's from Melrose and on the hockey team for Prairie Center. Tell us about your family, first of all, and also, where do you live?
My parents are Linda and Kevin, and we live in Freeport.
All right. And what other activities are you involved in at school?
I'm in football, hockey, and baseball, and then I also participate in NHS and other student council type activities.
All right. I should ask you how you got going in hockey, first of all, because as you well know, basketball's crazy in Melrose. Mm-hmm. How did you end up playing hockey?
I don't really remember because I was about 4 years old when I started. I just remember my dad brought me to open skate, and I just loved it. I loved how fast you could go versus running at that age, mm-hmm. and you just felt awesome.
Are there more kids in Melrose interested in playing hockey, do you think?
It's going up a lot because when I first started, or when I first came up to high school hockey, it was just Zach Briscoe and I. And now I think we have 6 or 7, something like that. So it's definitely going up, and I know there are a lot more coming up too.
Let's touch too on the football team, and tell us the positions that you played and what your role was for the Dutchman this past fall.
For the most part, I played fullback and linebacker, but towards the end of the season, we had a couple injuries on the line, so I ended up moving to pulling guard.
And how did you like that?
It was different. It was fun, but it was different. I can't say I didn't enjoy it.
It seems to me that you're a very aggressive football player. Would you agree with that?
For my size, yes.
Yeah. And then how do you relate it to hockey? What did you bring out on the rink then?
For the most part, I just try to always be going. I'm trying to always put pressure on the other team. I may not always be the most finesse type, but I'm always trying to be in their grill and doing something to stop them.
How much hockey do you get to play then during the course of a summer? What do you do?
Usually, for the most part, it's either shooting in the driveway, or we have tournaments, and then we have a Sunday night league and other stuff like that.
What kind of a workout program do you go through? Because, again, you seem that you're very strong. And, again, I'm comparing this to the football team. What kind of a workout program do you get involved in?
During the summer, Melrose has the SAQ program, and it's a lot of running, but at the same time, we do a lot of heavy weightlifting, including, squatting and benching and stuff like that. But then we also, towards the end, we have a lot of sprinting.
Mm-hmm. The reason I bring it up is because I always like to pass that along to the younger athletes as well too. That what benefits do you get from lifting as much as you do? It's
been a lot different because when I was a freshman coming in, I was maybe $140, probably a little bit less than that. And since then, that our school and our program has put on about 40, 50 pounds on me, and that's definitely helped a lot in football. Because I don't just get pushed around anymore. I can actually get low and push guys out of the way, even if they are 240, 250, because we do have that strong muscle mass.
You also seem to me to be an athlete that accepts your role, again, doing whatever the team wants you to do. Do you see yourself that way as well?
That's especially what I went into this year for football. I would do anything for our team. I would, after last year taught me that everybody has a job. And you have to do that job as great as you can be. You don't have to go out there and expect to be that all-star. Because if you are, either you're going to live in someone else's shadow and you're not going to be happy about it, or you're just not going to be doing the good thing for the team. And what's more fun than winning?
Well, because, for example, Zach Briscoe, 50 touchdowns. But mm-hmm. I think he'd be the first to admit you're in front of him most of those runs.
Yeah, I was his lead blocker for over half the year, so it was, yeah.
And then also defensively, too, as you said, that you moved around to where you place in different positions. And it's important for athletes to have that kind of attitude, right, to always be ready.
Mm-hmm. It's like one of the 100% team. It's what makes a team. If you don't want to be a team player, you shouldn't be in a team sport. You should be in a sport where you're going out and just playing for yourself. Because when you put on a jersey like that, you want to be playing for the guys around you.
And speaking of the guys around you, there's some names that have been around for a while and some good teammates. Can you mention some of those guys that stand out to you and what they've meant to you throughout your playing days?
For hockey, I've been playing with Zach Mettenberg, Brandon Bailey, Jake Haskamp since we were little kids. We've always been together since I think we were both either 4, 5, 6 years old. We've always loved playing, and it's just one of those things where I go from not seeing them all year long, and then for 5-6 months out of the year, they're all the only guys I talk to. So,
And same with the football team and baseball?
yeah, football and baseball, we see each other every day. It's a little bit closer bond, but there's still, it's just not as, like hockey, you don't see each other as much, but at the same time, it's just a different like form of friendship that's good to see.
And also, too, with the Long Prairie Grey Eagle kids, that how has this relationship worked out for hockey?
It's different because normally I would never have even talked to any of the kids from Long Prairie. Like, yeah, Sauk Center kids, Albany kids, sure. But because of hockey, there's plenty of people that from Long Prairie that are my friends that I would never have talked to.
So it's a different relationship in hockey, but then when you play football, you play baseball, you forget about that, right?
Kind
what?
of, pretty much. It's just like, well, I know these guys. Makes me want to beat them even more.
Yeah, and they want to beat you.
Uh-huh.
That's okay, though. That's competition, right? Mm-hmm. What kind of plans do you have, if any, after high school?
I plan on attending a 4-year school, probably either St. Cloud State or Mankato State, for a degree in business.
All right. Well, good luck to you, and thanks for
you.
joining us. All right. That's Ryan Preusser. He's with the Prairie Center hockey team, and this is Mid-Minnesota Sports with our Athlete of the Week, presented by Diamond Point in Sauk Center.